Hello everybody and welcome back to the Best of Both Worlds campaign. In the last episode we did a kind of post-mortem of all the things we've done wrong recently. And in this episode we're going to turn that around and we're going to talk about how we are going to solve the problems. So, first off, they say you never defend anything successfully, you have to attack, which is not always true, but I think in this case, offensives are merited. We are going to retake Königsberg. We're going to launch a major offensive, crush the Soviets back, and establish a new front line here. Gaining some factories, some manpower, gaining some national pride by having all of our cores under our control, and getting some dockyards in Königsberg, which will be nice. Simultaneously to this, maybe? No. No, okay, that's step one. Simultaneous to that, we will have men here preparing, readying themselves, building up their planning bonus, and preparing for the grandest offensive of the campaign thus far. We are going to take France. And I think we can do it. I think we have the numbers. If we deploy our tanks, to take Königsberg, I expect that to take 7 to 8 tank divisions. The remaining 8 decent tank divisions will deploy on this front and build planning bonus, waiting for their moment to strike. A combined force with all the best leaders deployed, with their grizzled by experience on the Eastern Front, our very finest leaders shall be placed in charge of the army group that will be specially designed to punch through here, establishing 2 quick encirclements. That is my plan. Number 1 is that we will drive through here, crush down to Troyes, and then hold this line against defenders from the Maginot. We will hold this hill, plains, unfortunately, and then Troyes. That's the line there. We might push it a bit deeper in if we can, but we'll see. The second army will crush in here very rapidly, establishing the normal kind of Calais-Dunkirk pocket. We will also, in doing so, capture a vital airbase in Calais, which will help us gain air supremacy over northern France. We will, simultaneous to this, bring the Kriegsmarine out of their docks and use them to harass the Allied ships in the channel, which we will require heavy air support from us in order to make possible, and provide shore bombardment as we crush across the coast. So we'll get one pocket here. We will drive in here. Once this pocket is established, the tanks deployed to it shall probably move back to avoid this river crossing, and then drive south and capture Paris north of the Seine. They will then meet up with the men in Troy, pocketing this whole region. Those in the pocket will be annihilated, and we will then move south, again, probably sweeping down to the Swiss border, pocketing the Maginot Line. Maginot Line will then run out of supplies and be destroyed, and we can then drive through the rest of France. This will cost, I estimate, about 300,000 lives, and should destroy many million Allied soldiers. I have pulled these numbers out of my behind, but there you go. That's the plan. Let's see if we can execute it. It's not a one-episode plan. It's going to take a little while. We're going to stabilize the front here. We're going to maintain stability in the Eastern Front. We're going to maintain pretty much our current condition in Africa while we focus our efforts on destroying France. Destroying France is going to give us a large number of factories. A very, very large number of factories. It will also decimate the Allied ability to use their air power on the continent and in the Mediterranean, which is going to be excellent. It will also put us in a perfect position to begin an Iberian campaign aimed ultimately at taking Gibraltar, seizing the glorious tungsten reserves in Portugal, and essentially annihilating Allied control in Europe. Having done that, we will be able to fortify the borders and deploy our massive army and air force on the Eastern Front, and maybe finally take the gosh darn Caucasus. Okay, that's the plan. Let's put it into action. So, down here, the tank divisions are not required to hold back the Soviets. We will therefore remove all of them. We're going to let them finish their retreat first. I don't want to mess with that. Some of them will go up here to Königsberg, which will be good practice at driving through the enemy lines. Of course, it's easy to fight the Soviets here because it's not core Soviet land, which is always useful. What the heck just happened? Right, so we researched something. We researched the better one. We'll get the decryption. We also need to get the encryption research, but it just takes so long. We'll also have decent radar to support our invasion of France, which will be excellent. Let's get the encryption research so that at least we can try and get some decent intel on seeing enemy divisions. We will, while doing this whole push, leave 2 lines of defense to avoid tragedy. We'll have one here and one on this front that will just stay put as we drive through France. This is to prevent an encirclement of our tanks being overly disastrous. It would also obviously be a disaster, but we can't allow it to allow our line to get buckled here. Push them back, did we? Good. Didn't manage to reinforce in time. Tanks coming for south to push them back. Excellent. It is, which is the good tanks. It is. I have got this the right way around, haven't I? Yeah, we've got 16 good tanks, 14 bad tanks. Okay. We've got another bad tank. Sorry, good tank coming out in. Ooh, we're running a tank deficit. Ooh, we are. Okay. Cancel that. Only 92 though. Wait, 13 a day? I'm not making 13 a day. Oh, that's with losses, of course, of course, of course. I was going to say. So we've got some tungsten problems. We could just reissue this to reset the convoy efficiency. But it's real gamey. What do you mean I'm not getting proper exports from Bulgaria? They're my puppet and we have land connection. Oh, it's just because they've probably changed their laws or something. Oil imports. We could get a bit more from the Indonesian order. A lot of it's getting sunk on the route, but that's okay. We have the convoy base to sustain that. My kind of panic building is maybe unnecessary given the new plan, but I feel like we should let it finish anyway to give us oh yeah, we don't need to do that. We would much rather have better bases here and here to support deploying just stupid numbers of planes to do this. And good, we actually never lost control of Wallonia, I think, which is why we still have that radar being constructed there, so let's bump that. Wallonia doesn't need anti-air. These ones, we'll let this all finish. We've got a lot of factories, so it shouldn't take too long. Okay, in position. The tanks, maybe the southern push is a mistake, because you've got to break through this fort wall that we built. Did we build that fort? Or is that the extended Maginot Line? This is a Belgian one. Ah, it's probably the extended Maginot Line. Maybe we shouldn't do the southern push. Maybe we should just drive in the north. That's probably right. Yeah, okay. Tweaking the plan. But I won't move the tank front line because I want them evenly deployed as a defensive measure to begin with. We will use light tanks, but we will not use any of our puppet division light tanks. And also, we're down on light tanks, so it's time... 2,000 light tanks down. The attrition in friggin' Turkey decimated. Absolutely annihilated our light tanks. Right, let's remove a bunch of those. You've got an assignable trait? What? Fortress Buster? Nah. Actually, we could give him Fortress Buster and then break through the Maginot Line, but I don't know. I don't really like doing that. It's too micro-y, just doing the constant attacks to bust down the forts. There's air innovations. There's the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Don't really need this. We will want to do it eventually so we can get a core in Alsace-Lorraine, but, you know, not for yet. Not for yet. Not yet. Could grab the 4 extra dockyards, but honestly, it's all about construction engineering for a bit, I think. That's what we should do. So we can get all these built. We can get a bunch more. Oh my goodness, I cancelled these when they were so nearly done. Let's let those finish first. Get all extra oil. Because I was banking on the Caucasus push, thinking I didn't need the more synthetic refineries, but we absolutely do. I'm tempted to get rid of the bad Allied tank divisions, but some of them aren't bad. Like, this is a perfectly, it's not great, but it's a perfectly respectable tank division. The tanks aren't good, because they're like tank 1s, but, you know, it's not that bad. Oh my god. But it's got, oh my god, yeah, okay, no, they're useless. I didn't realize how terrible their actual stats. I didn't look at their stats. These are probably just really old tanks, I'm guessing. Okay, all Allied tanks are being... Not all Allied. Puppet tanks are getting just removed. What are we going to put them in? I guess in the puppets armies. They can, like, we'll put a couple down here. And some... Where's the other puppet army? Down here. Nice, killed that US division. I guess I'll put them all down here. I don't really have a use for them. We could use them in port defenses, I guess. Yeah, that's not bad. To rapidly encircle naval invaders, they could be useful. Not to actually encircle and then do too much damage to, but just to encircle and then, you know, give the out of supply debuff. That seems fine. Let's do that. Okay, men deployed to the front, and they've stopped attacking because they've suddenly realized, whoops, they've got a competent general in charge, and we're not going to be able to break through anymore. Excellent. New research. I would like to get this. So that even when we're outgunned from the skies, we will be able to crush them nonetheless. Now, here's a big problem. If we switch to the Panthers, medium tank 3s, we are going to get a big reduction in our production rate. A big one. Because it's going to kill our production efficiency. Because we have no retention. But I think I am nevertheless going to do so. But it's going to hurt. Let's try and look. Can you do this? I don't think I've ever done this before. If I go on here and I say... So the stats are 600 soft attack, 370 hard attack. And I say you can't use the Panthers. Does it change the stats? No. It just uses the... Oh, hang on. Is that... No, that's the 4s. Okay. Does that not change the stats? So it just assumes you're using the best ones you have invented, even if you specifically tell them they can't. Or maybe if you turn off using new equipment. No? Okay, so we can't actually see specifically how much difference they'll make to the division. We can, of course, see the difference in stats here. Which will say that they have, you know, 6 more soft attack. Is that it? Oh, no, sorry, the lines aren't just representative of that. Okay, so they've got more breakthrough, they've got no more hardness. We have done the hardness research. Yes, we have. Good. So our motorized are much harder. Well, I'm going to do it. And you can't stop me. Give me all the engine. Reliability does matter on tanks a lot when you throw them into terrible supply situations especially. So I think I'm going to go with reliability second. Get ready. I'm making 26 a day. 7 a day. But give it an hour, or maybe a day, and it'll realize that it should be taking priority away from a bunch of planes for this oil. On the daily tick. There we go. 10 a day. So we've more than halved our production levels, which is pretty bad. We need to go capture some tungsten, and we've killed the plane production because we took all the oil away from it. How fast is this growing? 0.2 a day? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Lack of resources is hurting it. Well, you know, Portugal, send me all the tungsten you have, and then, like, if even half of it arrives, we'll be happy. Gives us 14 a day, and the growth rate as well goes up by more than 25%. Now we're importing that extra chromium. Sorry, tungsten. Good lord. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Why don't we just invade Sweden? Oh my god. Let's invade Sweden. Yeah. What was I talking about? Why are we going to kill France? Well, we will kill France, to be clear. We should invade Sweden right now, though. Oh my goodness, we didn't do that earlier. Oh, that's why, because it takes friggin' ages to justify. Do we not have, like, can I do Weserabung? Or Weserabung, maybe? Oh, I have to do Danziger War, which I can't do. Can I bypass it? I can bypass it! Someone told me about this ages ago. You can click on it and bypass even when it's black. And I really should know that. Even when it's black, even when it's not lit up like this is what I mean. Because I think that's what we did for Rhineland. But I missed that. So we could do Weserabung, which only takes 28 days. And gives you a head of time bonus for it, landing craft, and all kinds of stuff. So we might well do that. This also would give us a conquer against Luxembourg, which could be useful. There's an airbase there, and it would make it easier to move men back and forth from the Maginot. Plus, they've probably used all their factory focuses. Yes, they've got 8 military factories in Luxembourg, which is quite funny. So yeah, Weserabung first. Sorry. So the France plan that I laid out will still happen, but we should absolutely kill Sweden. They've got 10 divisions because they're a democracy and they don't like deploying divisions. Norway is at war with us, which could cause problems. We'll have to take them both out. But, yeah, of course. So forget Königsberg, I think, is the plan that we sacrifice in order to make this happen. I want to keep tank divisions on this front. Maybe not the light tanks. We'll take the light tanks with us. And, excuse me, you cannot draw a front line here? Why not? I should be able to. Weird. Okay. Well, I guess we just bring them here. And then move them up when we need them. So, the mediums from down here. Well, first off, let's take... Where's it wrong? 28 days, is that going to be long enough for us to prepare? Well, it's a focus war goal, so it lasts forever. Yeah. Okay. The tanks from down here. All 8 of them. Your presence is humbly... Not humbly. Violently. Not violently, that sounds nasty. But humbly requested. What other kinds of requests can you make other than humble? Is stridently? I don't know. Your presence is required. There we go. Up here. We're going to absolutely annihilate. I keep saying decimate, and like every time I've said decimate in the last couple of episodes, I've thought, I do know that it doesn't technically mean what I've been using it to mean, but I don't know. Decimate is just a good word. Even if it doesn't technically mean destroy totally, it means whatever. Is it reduced to 10% or destroy 10% of? I can't remember. The Kriegsmarine are ready to go, more or less. And the Danish belts are closed, so there's one enemy plane in the Baltic Sea. Sorry, one enemy boat in the Baltic Sea. Let's see if we can kill that one boat. One is too many. We've regained control over the Benelux. They're withdrawing their bombers. Why is it showing 0 active Allied bombers? Because there's no fights for them to be active in, I'm guessing. They're deploying over Western, but only for air superiority, which won't kill too many of our fighters. Deploying over... Oh my goodness me! They are bombing the bejesus out of us in our heartland. Well, that's not good. But the thing is, their mission efficiency can't be that good. So if we just bring a bunch of planes in on intercept, we should do some huge damage. You cover all of Eastern Germany? Almost. Let's send you down somewhere where you will. Get him on intercept. Good. I know this isn't looking like many fighters to fight them off, but look at that. Already got 50% air superiority, and we'll start doing plenty of damage to their bombers if they keep them there. Okay, step 2. We need some men to man the naval invasion and to do the actual invasions themselves. We only have Tech 1 naval invasion? Yeah. Of course, this will give us the bonus to get level 2, which would be nice. Level 2 is usually plenty, I find. Why do I have some men in Copenhagen? Oh, you're the reserves, right? Or are you the... You don't look like reserves. You've got a seasoned aircraft carrier. I think I prioritized the new carriers over the seasoned. Is that it? Which is the one that's the reserve? It probably is you, because they were damaged. Yeah, that's right. I remember them not wanting to lose the Ludendorff. Okay. So we've got plenty of boats, rather, to support a massed invasion. What's the plan to invade Sweden? It's very simple. We land men here, here, and here. The men here and here attack the tile. The men that land here move here and here. Once this tile is encircled, we'll be able to cross very easily. Simultaneously, we land men here and here, here and here, here and here, and maybe up here as well, but probably not now I think about it, because the Soviets will rush in and cause problems. We will engage with the Soviets to win this fight. We will push them back, probably to this border. We'll hold here, 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 here. Do we need Nord-Norge, which I assume means North Norway? Because Norge, isn't Norge Norway? Or something like that? I know I have some Norwegian viewers. Tell me what Norge specifically translates to. Is that just Norway? Or I don't know. We'll have Narvik under control, which means we can have the state under control, which means we'll get the chromium that is actually in Narvik. That border is lovely to defend. You know, it's big river crossing, big river crossing, big river crossing mountains. So it's lovely. We could simultaneously invade Oslo, which could be smart. Let's scout for a moment. Are there many Allied divisions in Norway, is the question. The answer is quite a few. The British are here and waiting for us, but probably not ready for a massed attack with tanks. I feel quite confident. Oh, God, it's more mountains. You know what we should do? I talked about it when we were doing the campaign down here for the Caucasus. Yes, that's what we should do. We should build a Mountaineer division. And maybe it should be 20 width because of the huge supply issues you get down there. And I'd want to use it for Norway, but I think Norway is going to be not mountain supported. I'll build it from this because I think it will be cheaper. It will want the finest in logistical and field hospital technology. And we will put in Mountaineers. We have a huge army, so we shouldn't... Oh, God, we're actually going to run out of army experience because I just spent a bunch. Well, for now, this is what it can look like. This is... Did I duplicate it? I didn't duplicate it. Duplicate. This is 20 MT infantry. We'll give them the default symbol, which will switch to Mountaineers. That's fine. They will want... Do we want signals? Do we want signals instead of something else? Possibly. We'll see. We'll build it from this when we get some more army experience. Oh, we still got enough for one more little tweak. And I wish you could drag these. Ah. Mountaineers in. Good. Okay, speed 3. Things have stabilized on the western front, which means we can do that. They're powering huge numbers of troops in here, but with the tanks present. And since I am going to allow the level 5 fort wall to finish, including here, I think we'll be quite okay there. Quite a few planes here. These ones, look at that. Look at that air superiority. Driving the bombers from our skies. Get out of here, Harris. We'll send them packing. Alright. Obviously, the... Turks doing valiant work to try and defend their borders as we abandoned them. Why are you not moving? Oh, we've got bad supply here. How? Previous infrastructure's causing problems? Oh, just because there's been so much fighting, it's gone down to 0 infrastructure. We can't withdraw from there. I mean, we could. We could withdraw to here, which is actually a fine defensive position. Big river, mountain, mountain. One plains province. We'd lose this air base. But there are no factories lost in that withdrawal. And it would leave open a very easy pocket if you could drive across this river and then take these 3 tiles to pocket all this region of the Soviets to begin our next Caucasus offensive. It would extend the front line. Where are you, if not... Oh, of course I'm there. Yeah, I actually don't hate this idea. Let's do that. And pull back. Some one there. Good. No, excuse me. You strat redeploy. Okay. Good. I think I just reissued the same orders they had. Anyway, we may want to spend a few down. Good lord. We may wish to send a few more divisions down here. You are overstacked. Why is this? Ah, because I had some men auto-deploying into you when they finished training. Well, that's perfect, because I need a bunch of those down here. Overstacked? Yes, indeed. By 3. So you 3 can hop out. Which is this army? This is the Ticci Italian army. I guess some of them died at sea. That's right. You can have some of these guys. That seems fine. I mean, they'll be mixed good and bad divisions, but the Italians are also out of manpower, are they? Yeah. You should raise your manpower law, man. Do those. The bad ones can just stay on their line. That's fine. Those guys are leaving. Excellent. These guys, I don't want you to auto-deploy to that division because it's full now. We've got 1.2 million manpower available. Let's put it to use. And we should really just replace all the 20 wits. Honestly. Basically. If we tried to switch them, I think it would weaken them too much. So what I'll probably do is deploy one division of 40 wits, move them to the front, move the 20 wits off the front, switch the 20 wits to 40 wits, and then thus will the task be accomplished, basically. There's a number of planes going up or down, do you reckon? Probably down, because we haven't got any oil, and we're dedicating every bit of oil we do have, almost, to Panthers right now. I should probably put Are these... Am I 10 factories on... How have we lost so many more carrier fighters than... Are those carrier fighters? Did I stop making... No, I didn't stop making carrier fighters. It's just that the carrier symbol is behind the convert from stockpile. Okay. Why isn't there a convert from stockpile button here? Anyway. We could maybe reduce the numbers we have building these, considering we have a stockpile of 500 of them. More importantly, from the factories saved from that arrangement, we also get some more oil moving down the line. We could also, not without losing a production efficiency, but we could, I'd much rather have a line of 10 fighters, a line of 10, maybe a line of 25 fighters, a line of 25 CAS, and then another line of 25 fighters, another line of 25 CAS, so the oil evenly spread between the two. You can't put things at the same level, and I can understand that from an interface perspective, it would be a nightmare, but it would be handy in this particular circumstance. So you, where are you not willing to go because of your supply zone? Just let me give you a new order and let's see if that sorts you out. Yes, now he's going south. Okay, good. Okay. So people moving up to the Königsberg pocket. Have they finished retreating? Yes, indeed, and they're on their way. Should be. No, that's right. We stopped. We're not doing Königsberg. We're doing Sweden. Focus, Christo. Naval invasions of Sweden is what we were doing. We could use these guys for some of it. We didn't grind Invader after the... What did I have to do? I restarted for some reason. Yeah, because the I deleted the save because I'm a dummy. That's right. So I could take some of these guys. We could reduce the numbers here. I don't want to, really. We could pinch those guys. I'm happy with that. And then you guys can get... Well, do we need to rush them out? How long will they take? A month? We need to be ready sooner than a month. So we'll do some greens going up into Sweden. That's fine. Scandinavian campaign. You guys can stop scouting. I don't want to risk you getting shot down or by surprise allied air power. How much in the way? We do have a level 10 air base here, so we should be able to get good control over the skies here. Those forts looks like are done. No, I just bumped them down the list. Fair enough. Now that we have done this, let's move those down a bit. Good. Now that we've got the first line of them completed. We could take more men off the Soviet front. This is obviously over-defended, I think, this region. Well, is it? These guys aren't looking so hot. Do a little bit of a cycle for me, if you would. Will 8 men? We could nick the ones that were going down to the Middle East as well. It gives us 12. We need more men than that. We need substantially more men than that in order to orchestrate this attack. And also, we could kind of do that with them being 20 wits because of the supply situation. So let's have the Italians take Scandinavia. Yeah, that seems good. You guys will be the main landers, and then the Scandinavians will rush in to fill gaps in the line. Not the Scandinavians, the Italians, sorry. So yeah, your line's deleted. We're going to need you. Can I draw a front line with you? It seems like it did let me draw a front line then. No, don't think it did. Get up here. What are you? He's a hill fighter. Do we have a mountain fighter? I would love to steal a mountaineer. Yeah, Carl. Good old Carl. Carl who doesn't have infantry expert assigned. Sorry, Carl. There you go. We'll take Carl on the lights. Yes, please. Reassign the commander. And he can go... It's very awkward that you can't drawing multiple fallback lines in the same province, but there you go. He can go here. I mean, you can draw multiple front lines in the same province. It's just awkward. And you are going to get the invader guy. Where is he? Student. Which leaves 2 armies on the Eastern Front without good generals. One of them being the one that's most hard-pressed to hold the line. Excellent. Oops, student. Sorry, you need infantry expert too. Job done. In fact, it looked like you could be given... I could give him... Oh, he does have... No, it's Invader is the one he wants. That's right. That's what we want on that. Oh, it's only for Marines? That's annoying. I've never tried probing attack. Oh, you can issue multiple of these as well, but he's only got 1 slot left. He probably wants logistic wizard if he's a naval invader. Camouflage expert could be useful for the attack against France. Anyway, we need to start making some headway here. You guys are going to do the invading. Right. That's what I was worried about. You guys need a general, preferably someone competent. The southern bit is holding pretty well right now. So we could do with maybe a less good general. Not could do with one, but could handle a less good general. Am I out of generals? No, that's right. There's loads up here. Okay. Yeah, you're fine. He's a hill fighter. He's not terrible. In the north, they should be fine with some new blood. I'm reluctant to use the armor officer because I feel like we'll want to use him later. This guy's got good general stats, even if he hasn't got recovery rate down is kind of nasty. But he's got such good starting stats. Yeah, okay. We'll go with Bok in the north. In the center, we need someone decent. So, but not you because I want, well, yeah, no, he's fine in the center. Okay, good. And then we've got old student to do the actual invasions. So let's get him up here. But we will plan the naval invasions of Sweden in the next episode. Until then, thank you ever so very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a lot. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.